This is People of the State of Michigan versus Maurice Scruggs, docket number 21-211FH, and this is the time set for a plea. Sorry to make you come in, Mr. Scruggs, but we were having technical problems, the two of us with Zoom, so.
Your Honor, it's no problem.
Okay, great. Do you work right now, Mr. Scruggs?
No, ma'am.
Okay, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah, I do.
Thank you. Mr. Scruggs, you have the right to an attorney. You are represented by Mr. Palmer. And Mr. Palmer, this is a plea to which count or counts?
I think it's a plea. It's a 1-for-1. I think we're going to enter the plea to count 2 and dismiss count 1. They're the same count or the same offense.
Okay.
I don't know if Ms. Allen has any objection to that. But.
She says no. So Ms. Allen, then, would you read count 2, please?
In the People of the State of Michigan versus Maurice Scruggs, file 21-211-FH, State of Michigan, County of Ingham. In the name of the people of the State of Michigan, the prosecuting attorney for the county appears before the court and informs the court that on or about August 4th, 2020 through August 9th, 2020, at 5635 Commerce Street, Suite B, City of Lansing, Ingham County, the defendant did, on or about August 4th, 2020, commit the offense of breaking and entering a building with intent. That he did break and enter a warehouse located at 5635 Commerce Street with the intent to commit the crime of larceny therein, contrary to Michigan law. This is a felony punishable by up to 10 years and was committed against the peace and dignity of the State of Michigan.
Mr. Scruggs, you're being charged here with breaking and entering a building that is a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison. Have you had enough time to talk about the charge with your lawyer?
Yes, I have.
And you understand the charge?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about what we're doing?
No, I don't understand.
And how do you want to plead?
Plead guilty.
If your plea of guilty is accepted by this court, it means you won't have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
And you'll be giving up the rights that go along with a trial. Did you sign this advice of rights form?
I did, Your Honor.
And you went over the rights on the form?
No.
So you understand then that the form lists the rights that go along with a trial, and those are the rights you give up when you plead guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what you want to do?
Yes.
Also, if I accept your plea, it means you can't come back later on and try to say that the plea was a result of some promise or threat that no one told me about today. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
It also means you cannot come back later on and try to say that it really wasn't your own choice to plead guilty today. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a plea agreement, Ms. Allen?
Yes, Your Honor. In exchange for the defendant's successful plea and sentence to count 2, the people agree to dismiss count 1. There's also a sentence agreement pursuant to People versus Killebrew that the defendant's upfront jail will not exceed 12 months in the Ingham County Jail. We also have no objection to inpatient treatment in lieu of jail.
Okay. And Mr. Palmer, is that a full and complete statement?
That is a full and complete statement, Your Honor, and I will just say, as Ms. Allen indicated, there's no objection. It's no objection to the inpatient treatment in lieu of jail. That's not part of the inpatient treatment is not part of the Killebrew. But I will inform the court that Mr. Scruggs on his own has already made contact with a number of inpatient facilities, and they can actually have him entered as early as tomorrow. So I did want the court to know that in terms of accepting the plea.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Scruggs, that's all your understanding of the agreement too?
Yes, yes.
Do you agree with it?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
There's an agreement about your sentence now, and that is that it would be no more than 12 months in jail. You got that?
I understand.
And if I decided not to go along with that for some reason, I would tell you before I sentenced you, and I'd give you a chance, if you wanted to take back your plea and start over.
No, ma'am.
Got it?
I understand.
Okay. Has anyone promised you anything else that has not been said here right now in order to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone used any threats?
No, ma'am.
Is this your own choice?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you doing it because you believe you are in fact guilty of this offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then tell me about, it looks like August 4th of last year.
I used to work at Arctic Glacier, and I went in there unbeknown and took some things out to support my drug habit.
So you said unbeknown, meaning you did not have
I
permission?
did not have permission.
Okay, how did you?
I used to work there. I worked for 3 years.
Okay.
And I had the pass key to the door.
Okay, you had.
So that's how I went in.
I see. So you had to use the key to open the door and go in. Okay, and you were gonna steal something from the
I
place?
did, I stole some stuff.
Okay. And that was at that Commerce Street address, which is in Lansing.
Arctic Glacier.
Has the court complied with MCR 6.302, Ms. Allen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you aware of any promises, threats, or inducements other than those already placed on the record, Ms. Allen?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Palmer?
No, Your Honor.
The court finds the plea is understandingly and voluntarily made without undue influence, threats, or promises of leniency. It is an accurate plea. It's supported by the testimony. The plea is accepted. I have a sentencing date of Monday, June 21st at 4 p.m. If that works for you, Mr. Palmer?
Let me just check, Judge. That's fine with me. At what time did you say?
4.
4, certainly, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Scruggs, you'll need to be back here then on Wednesday, June 21st at 4 p.m. for
Okay,
sentencing.
Your Honor, if it's possible, can I still go on into rehab? Because I need to. I mean, I have my
Well, where's the place that you want to
house,
go?
I do intake tomorrow, 1 o'clock, House Commons.
Oh, House of Commons?
Yeah, they accepted me. And also Harper Oaks in New Baltimore. They was gonna come pick me up tomorrow. So,
He's actually, Judge, for what it's worth, he's actually made contact with a number of different places. He advises me, and I think it's true, that he certainly needs rehab sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I prefer House of Commons because
Okay, then
they're like ours.
Right.
I can do that.
It's my understanding that the House of Commons can come and pick him up as early as tomorrow, and do the intake, and he would start treatment, I think, tomorrow.
I have to go at 1 o'clock and do intake with Laura and call and ask her.
I'm all for it.
And as far as sometime this week, I should be in there.
Okay, but in the past, see, I've never had someone go into House of Commons before I sentenced them. But in the past, I've had sentenced people on other things, and the House of Commons lets them out to come to my court proceeding. So that's sort of what I'm thinking could happen.
Judge, you may not remember back in 2009, I went into the House of Commons before I came to see you.
Did you really?
Yes.
I thought you were familiar.
Let's see. Also, Your Honor, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm the one that bribed the official at Adams. You remember?
Okay,
So I'm being honest. I'm telling you.
okay.
I know.
No, it sounds like you've come to terms
Yeah,
with some
yeah,
things, so.
Yeah, I have, and
Very
I'm
good.
just, I'm tired. Today's my birthday, and I'm tired. You know, I'm
Oh,
just
no,
tired.
it is. I'm sorry. I mean, happy birthday, but I'm sorry
Thank you.
this is it.
It's okay.
Okay, you'll be all right. So let's do House of Commons and, hopefully they're gonna, but we can still have that sentencing date on June 21st.
Sure.
And, if need be, I'll communicate with them directly, or my staff will, but we'll make sure that they're okay with letting you out.
Okay.
Are you
I'll
gonna
be
be okay
there
with-
tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Do the intake with Laura.
Okay,
Okay.
just go ahead and do it.
Okay.
It can't hurt you. Nothing can hurt you
No, it
more than you've already hurt yourself, so
Exactly.
go for it.
Thank you, John.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Your bond's continued.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Anything else from me? Are we all
Pardon
set? Is there anything else needed from me, or are we all set?
I think you're all set. The only thing will be, we have to have the interview with pretrial services,
I talked to
but
her
if
this
he's in
morning.
House of Commons, okay.
I told her.
Yeah, we can work that out.
Okay.
We know where you're at, so
All right.
Certainly. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. Okay.
good luck.
All right.